John Twist of University Motors. Today I want to talk about roller release bearings. One of our suppliers said, hey, I got this deal on roller release bearings. My response was, they don't work. They can't work on MGs. And I want to show you why. Here is a release bearing. This is carbon. This is graphite. Okay, it is just like a 6H pencil. Where have I got a piece of cardboard here I can write on, right out of the trash. So here you can write because this stuff is carbon. It's just like a really hard pencil. So when this guy's spinning, this is the pressure plate that's out of an MGA. When he's spinning, this graphite rubs up against there. So right away you're going, oh my gosh, isn't that stupid? Because, I mean, it's rubbing against there. It's obviously going to create an awful lot of heat, which it does. But the graphite will take it. So what happens when we're pressing the release bearing forward on here? Let's go over to an MGB gearbox and let me show you what's really going on. So here we've got an MGB gearbox. They look the same as any of the other MG gearboxes. There's a release bearing lever, and the release bearing pivots on that, and as you press on the clutch, the slave cylinder moves, and it pushes the release bearing up against the pressure plate. But look here, right now, this release bearing is not concentric with the first motion shaft. It comes up to about here, and it may be concentric if it's concentric this way, and then it comes forward and it's no longer concentric. What does that mean? That means that as the pressure plate is turning and the thrust plate is turning on the pressure plate, we're not turning together. One's turning here and the other one's trying to turn on a different center line, and that center line moves up and down as you use the clutch. The carbon just creates heat, so it doesn't matter where it is up and down on the thrust plate because it's always just creating heat. But with a roller bearing, for the roller bearing to work, it's got to be concentric. The center of the roller bearing has got to be centered on the pressure plate, so they turn together. If the roller bearing is off here, how fast is the roller bearing going? This fast? This fast? This fast? So it's scraping all the time. It's rubbing. Let's go out and look at this once again. So here's our carbon bearing. So as this guy is spinning, and you're pressing him, he's moving up and down, okay, as you're pressing in and letting off, he's moving. The roller bearing has to be always straight all the time, and the roller bearing is straight on a Triumph. It's straight on a Triumph. There's a nose on a Triumph. In a Midget 1500, there's a nose. That roller bearing goes in and out, okay? It doesn't move up and down, it just goes in and out. So on those cars, a roller bearing makes all the sense in the world. Of course it does. But in the MGs, it does not. It does not, because this is designed to rub against here and create a certain amount of heat. The roller bearing is not designed to slip. The roller bearing is designed to spin. So if it's slipping, it's going to create heat, and it's going to create more heat than this, and it's going to run the grease out of the inside of the bearing, and especially if the bearing is made out of plastic, some of the holding, they're toast. Let me show you a couple. In my cabinet of used, broken, and damaged parts, here's a roller bearing. Now let me tell you, you don't need to be an engineer to realize that there's something terribly wrong with this thing. Why did it burn up like that? Because it got hot. It got hot. Blew the lubrication out of it. That's why it doesn't work. So remember, it's concentricity. Roller bearings work great in Triumphs. They don't work in Healey's and they don't work in MGs because they're not on the same center line. Easy. Carbon works just fine. Nothing wrong with it. Just keep your foot off the clutch. Start it in neutral, idle it in neutral, stoplights, stop signs, stop start traffic, put it in neutral, let it freewheel. Save that carbon bearing. If you don't save the carbon bearing, it wears away. You know, it starts off about that thick, okay? But over a period of time, it wears down. And here's one which is, it's broken, okay? It's actually broken. And here's one which has been worn away pretty severely, to say the least. Okay, and then after that, they get like this. Okay, so the carbon ones do wear out, absolutely. But given that you use them properly, they'll last a long time. So it's July, the 1st of July, the first half of the year's gone by in 2015. Oh my gosh, where did that go? Make sure to come to our summer party, August 8th, Grand Rapids, the Hilton Hotel. Look on our website. We're featuring the MGA 1500, 60th anniversary of the MGA. Hey, until then, safety fast.